If ever your partner says something like, well, I took you on that nice blah, 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 or is, tallying in their mind what the costs are for things, it's very toxic behavior. The first deal breaker is oversharing when it's too early on, because just like in any relationship, you don't want to put all your cards on the table too soon.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much oversharing when it comes to talking about money and dating. Like, I have another friend who was going out with someone and he was like, hey, like, they had a date and he was like, I can't take you on the date, I just got fired. And like, then went on and on and on about his financial situation, where she would have been totally fine if he was just like, hey, do you mind coming over instead tonight and like watching a movie?
When do you think it's the right time to tell your partner or the person you're dating how much money you make?
It's a very intimate topic, how much money you make. It does bring you closer to your partner. However, I think there is a time when it might be too early to discuss how much you make. So I would say if you work in corporate, you usually get a bonus like mid-year, and you are open with your partner. You usually say like, oh babe, I got a promotion or I got a raise. That's your partner's opportunity to say, that's so amazing, so what are you making now? And that opens the dialogue, and it doesn't seem like you're, like hungry to know that number.
How should you handle a situation when you're in a new relationship and the person never offers to pay?
I've seen the person insist on treating them to X, Y, and Z all the time. Oh, you better not touch your wallet, and then throwing it in their face. I pay for everything, you better clean this, or like, I pay for everything, you better not speak back to me, or you like better not break up, like kind of crazy things. If ever your partner says something like, well, I took you on that nice blah, 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 and kind of holds a grudge, or is, tallying in their mind what the costs are for things, it's very toxic behavior.
So how do you suggest splitting costs in a long-term relationship?
No matter how much someone insists on treating you, you have to do something in return, and you do not want to feel helpless in your relationship. Splitting costs in a long-term relationship, for the most part should be even if it can be. If you're both hardworking and, earn a living, there's no reason why you shouldn't split everything. And by split, I just mean, whether that's switching off when you're on vacation. But I think it's really important if you're both doing well and making money. I think it's really nice, and it shows that you're both putting 50-50 in the relationship. There's always a way to pay for smaller things if you can't afford just as much as your partner.
So before it gets to a boiling point, make it a conversation.
Make it a conversation. Take away the awkwardness.